Hi, everybody. I would like to welcome you to this series of short videos explaining chapter 13, which include abstract classes and interfaces and what does that means and how important these are. Uh, First of all, we're going to talk about the abstract classes and what does it mean by abstract classes. Those objectives of this part is actually to see generalized numeric Arab classes, which we are familiar with. We've seen big integer previously and big decimals, and these are abstract class of class called number. Then we've got the calendar and so on. At this stage, we can finish actually the abstract classes and then we can talk about interfaces and so on. So it's very important actually to understand really what's going on here. All right. First of all, it's very important to understand what is abstract class. Abstract class is a class is got at least one method is abstract. Now the question is, what does it mean abstract method? The abstract method in UML word usually gives us, if you notice, in italic here. So it is, and here that's actually you can see this is an abstract class. Abstract class is independent, so you can put the implementations of it inside the children's, right? In case in children's here, so in circles and rectangle. In case you don't want actually to implement them in these classes, you have to make sure there's a class actually a child of these classes in order to implement. So you have to implement it somewhere. Right. Having said that, let's have a look and see what does that mean. So look at the geometric and how do I do that? Abstract class is just declaring the method, not implementing the method. Because when I say get area of a shape geometric, we don't know the geometric. But we know if it's a circle, of course, we know the area of a circle is so we can do that. So you can use this method here, the get area, and you have to write the code for it here. Yeah, similar for the get parameters and the area for rectangle, the same thing. So you can go here and this method, because it's child, you have to go and do it here. Right. Let's have a look at that and see what does that mean. In geometric object, for instance, I mean, look at this ones here. This is just no. So have a look at this ones here. This is show you it's got all of that. So these are, if you notice, geometric objects here, right? This one, the sign, the hash you see here, it means a protected modifier. So keep that in mind in the UML. When you see that in UML, this means the hash, it means protected, right? Uh, Saying that, we've got the get color, set color is filled, and so on. And we're interested in the two things at the here. So if we look at this one, if I go down, all of this, if you notice, is an abstract method. The abstract method, it means all I can say, just give the method what it is, public, and you have to say the word abstract here. Double get area. So we're familiar with the public double get area. If I want to make it abstract, as abstract, public abstract double area, and you have semicolon. So there's no implementation whatsoever. Same things in here. Because keep in mind, because your method is an abstract, your class has to be abstract. Has to be abstract. Here it is. So you have to go and say public abstract class. Because if you have one method inside the class is an abstract method, your class has to be an abstract class. Keep that always in mind. Now, having said that, look at that. The children, they have to implement these abstract classes. So if I go circle, for instance, in circle, if you notice, because it's child, we have to go and say extend. Look at that, public class circle extend geometric object. That means when I put it here, that means any object, because it's abstract class, means to go abstract method. These abstract method, I have to write the code for them. And that's what precisely is. Circle, we know actually what's the area for it. And that's why when you go and say get area, here it is get area. Look at that. you have to implement this one, get area, and it tells you how you do that. Sorry about that. And the coding world, and I'm going to show you and the coding how you do that. The same things if we go to uh, it is usually Eclipse, it tells you if there's an error. So this circle and we go rectangle is exactly the same things. We notice we have to go because it says here these abstract to get area and get perimeter. You have to implement them inside children's. So this is rectangle extends. As far as say extends, the child of it. It is. Once I get area, you have to write the code for it, and the get parameter do exactly the same right in the code for it. You have to implement it. If you don't want to implement these here you have to make sure put the same things, and you have to make this one an abstract class, but you have to have a child of that class, otherwise it'll give you an error. Next video I'm going to show you actually how you do that in Eclipse. Thank you so much. uh, and if you should have any questions, I'm more glad to explain that to you further. Thank you.